Hi, Riley here. I had the opportunity to work for the company TAG Engineering. They're a small company that works with a wide range of engineers, architects, and construction contractors to ensure critical systems such as HVAC or plumbing within buildings are installed and work as intended. Located in South Surrey, right next to Highway 99, TAG Engineering utilizes powerful software tools such as AutoCAD, CHVAC, and RHVAC. AutoCAD is what they use to draft, and RHVAC and CHVAC together calculate airflow. Using these tools, they can create a system specific for a building, as each building requires differing systems and their layouts in place. They additionally offer project management consulting and fire protection services for offices and data centers, but on occasion will work for smaller offices and single-family homes. Thankfully, I didn't have to worry about most of that. Normally, any engineer new to the job would have several months of training, as 3 weeks simply isn't enough to get started on it. Instead, while I was here, I was able to help out mostly on the side. While I didn't have to deal with the information gathering part, I got to do with some of the actual drafting. I was lucky enough to have one of my coworkers make me a practice package. Now, I can't show you the practice package or any real work, so I'll use this quick draft I made to illustrate what I did. I was able to work on the water supply and HVAC systems under the supervision of one of my coworkers, Jeff. When it came to plumbing, this included measuring everything out and counting up the required diameters of piping following the required amount of flow units. Each appliance on the network utilizes a certain amount of flow units. These are added up to ensure that the appliances do not overload the piping systems. This includes for both hot water and cold water. Additionally, I would hook up any new equipment that needs to be stated, as some buildings don't even have a hot water heater yet. HVAC, on the other end, has its own entire different set of parameters. You have to ensure the building you're working with will receive the correct amount of CFM, or cubic feet per minute of air. You'd put the building's area, intended use, maximum person capacity per room into CHVAC or RHVAC to calculate the required amount of CFM. On top of that, any air pumped in must have a way to be brought back out or recirculated. This can be shown inside my draft, where I have air being brought in from outside and released into several different rooms. And it's the same for exhaust. It gets pulled back out outside. It was amazing to get experience on the field while having little to no knowledge on it. When I wasn't able to work with AutoCAD, I simply edited videos for them instead, which was great practice for the making of this one. When it came to working with tech, I didn't have any issues at all fitting in with the work environment. Instead, it was trying to figure out how to use AutoCAD. When you're drafting specialized networks, you have to take into account all the small specific details and ensuring that they are followed. As an example, most plumbing has to remain 8 inches apart, or any sanitary system joints must conjoin at a 45-degree angle. And previous to this job, I hadn't even touched the imperial system, but everything is measured in inches. And it's a shame that it's the industry standard, because not even my coworkers like working with the imperial system. 3 weeks just wasn't enough for a job placement like this. There's too many things to go over in too little time. I'd say the most difficult thing of all was just to learn and adapt to these new and unfamiliar things. But I will say, once you complete drafting of a certain project, you get this massive sense of accomplishment. And hey, on breaks, they even had a ping pong table. That's a massive plus. Would I pick this as a future career? In summary, yes, but I need more time to figure it out. While I enjoyed working with TAG and would love to continue working with them, 3 weeks was only enough to get an extremely limited scope of the kind of work you'll be doing on this job. I'd need to get much more familiar with this in order to make any decision that I'll be happy with in the future. Plus, when it comes to courses required, it will often take more than just a bachelor's degree to get a stable job placement at any sort of workplace. Even if I decide I don't want to work at a place like TAG, mechanical engineers have plenty of opportunities to branch off into different career paths, such as robotics or product design. And heck, you could even specialize into an entirely different field, such as civil engineering. There are plenty of options to go out from. While I was with TAG, I was only able to work on a very limited amount of things, as clients expect working designs for projects they hired them to do. There was so much that I just didn't have the time to learn. They could have gone into more depth with HVAC. I could have learned fire protection, but 3 weeks wasn't enough. This is why for a job like this, you need to have university knowledge prior to going anywhere near it. And without that knowledge, I'm not sure I'd be able to make a decision for the future that I would be happy with. But in the end, I'm still glad to have had this opportunity to work with TAG, and would love to go back if they had me. Oh yeah, and also you need a picture of me working there. Ka-chow, look at that, I look amazing. Thanks for watching, goodbye.